I started in 1979, and at that time there were 4 of us, an occupational therapist, speech therapist, teacher assistant, and myself, and Mimi, the director. And we all worked together in the one space, which was like a one-room schoolhouse. And very quickly after that, Mimi was already looking at what might be missing, what would provide more support for families and children. We added a social worker and we added a physical therapist. Things really moved fast.
The thing that is really special about Kindering is that it's simultaneously incredibly effective in what it does, and it's a leader in that respect, in its practices, its methods, its way of working with its clients, the families, and the kids. It's also a real leader in the nonprofit space in this region. For 40 years, Mimi has been an evolving and increasingly influential and positive leader for the entire sector that does so much for the community around us.
I have profound respect for Mimi. She is one of those people I look up to as a hero. While she balances the needs of Kindering today, she's always looking for what is the next thing that we should do. How should we grow our mission? How should we grow the organization?
Over the years, Kindering has intentionally expanded. Now, if a child is still needing services beyond age 3, there are more options. It could be going to the school district, or it could very well be, staying at Kindering and accessing some of our therapy services for children over 3.
Our early intervention is provided in settings that work for the family. So it might be at our center, it might be in the child's home, it might be in their child care or preschool program, or it might be in a combination of any of those places that work for the family.
We're going out to the child care and maybe doing a developmental screening, which is actually very helpful for some families who are not able to step away, for example, from work.
We've grown amazingly, and I think we've continued to grow in excellence.
Cole was really critically ill when he was born. They whisked him away right away and he was blue, and so his coloring was really bad and he wasn't breathing. They really constantly were telling us that, Cole just wasn't going to make it, and that even with all the complications, if he did, he probably wouldn't have the mental or physical ability to survive, and that his little chest wall would eventually crush him, and they thought that by the time he was 2, he wouldn't be breathing. We didn't know where to turn. A doctor recommended we go to Kindering and see if they could help us. And we walked in the door and there was Mimi Siegel. That was the first time I met Mimi, and she said, "What can I do for you?" And I said, "We just really need help." So Mimi found us an opportunity for Cole to go live with a nurse by the name of Cindy, an amazing, giving, wonderful woman. And we co-parented Cole for the next year, my husband, myself, and Cindy. He still needed a lot of help, and that was where Kindering came in and picked up the pieces. Without Mimi, I'm not sure what would have happened to any of us. It was a very, very hard time. And she had all the right answers, and nobody else did.
Today, Kindering serves 4,500 children and their families, and by the year 2022, we want to see that more than double, to serve 10,000 children. Our community has a growing need. We never want to turn a child away who needs care. We don't want kids to have to be on waiting lists. We need to be there at that critical point in development to serve them and to serve their families.
Okay, so this is how we're gonna work on initiation. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and we see her bounce, and we start bouncing. And stop.
1, 2, 3,
go!
Anna had a normal pregnancy, normal birth.
As far as development goes, she was always on the very end of what is considered normal.
She was delayed in a lot of aspects. And we were concerned, and we brought it up to her pediatrician. We were kind of given, well, every kid develops at their own rate, and we'll wait and see. Dave got a job with Boeing, so we transitioned her from her old pediatrician to a new pediatrician out here. And that was the first time we had someone say, she has microcephaly. Kindering reached out to us, and I couldn't have been more relieved to finally feel like somebody's listened. Someone is finally going to take care of Anna.
For the first 9 months of his life, there were many, many nights that we got phone calls at 2 in the morning saying that Cole wasn't going to survive. I mean, I literally planned Cole's funeral. We were told to be prepared. He did survive it. And has accomplished more than any of us would ever hope or dream, and lives on his own and supports himself, and he's a miracle.
That much time in a hospital, you are missing out on some very crucial social and cognitive development. And I was really lucky to get some of that services from Kindering when it came to learning how to eat. I was really lucky to learn how to read lips at 1.5, 2 years old, which was an essential tool for me to be successful in life.
Good job. What do you see?
Do you see the spider? Really?
This has kind of become our home, our community, and we have seen huge strides with her.
She's made incredible progress when it comes to just being able to find a way to express herself.
It's so wonderful that we have a community of people to celebrate with. These little tiny inch stones, as I call them inch stones, I don't know. Instead of milestones, that they're inch stones. They seem insignificant to so many people, but to us, they're such a big reason to celebrate.
I think Kindering's mission, something that really preached when I was a patient, was, every child, their goal to help maximize their potential, regardless of where that bar is. And who knew the potential would be this high?
We had no idea.
I thank Kindering for, that services to enable me to maximize my potential and to let me survive and thrive.
I don't know what she's going to do, but she is going to do something great.
As we look to the future for Kindering, we know we have more children and families to serve in our community, and every dollar you donate helps us on that mission of broadening the impact of this organization and doing the important work of helping children at the most critical point in their development.
The reason why you support Kindering is to give kids every opportunity possible to grow. Give their little minds every chance to be the best that they can.